Man, she's going to be so excited to see that you stepped up your game.
No, that's what I do. I'm doing it for you, ladies.
Can I chug 4 beers before this?
So nervous.
Okay.
Very shy.
Maybe you should do some pre-workout.
You want some pre-workout?
Oh, I already took that. That one. Oh, yeah, I get it.
We'll see if anyone else pops on. And we will get going.
What?
Okay. Can you be quiet so we can talk?
Sure.
Okay. So we can talk. Okay. We're just gonna go ahead and get started. So, turn on the chat here. Okay. So I just wanted to do like a post-summit call tonight for those. Okay, you're gonna have to be quiet, or you're gonna have to go watch tractors. Anyways, so I wanted to do. Can you be quiet, please? Okay. You want a piece of gum? Here, chew gum. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, so I wanted to do just post-summit call. Nothing too long. Just to kind of tell you guys, like, if you haven't been at Summit, and Shelly, you can chime in with me, like, what Summit is about. Because I've had so many, like, newer coaches just, you know, you guys want to go to Summit, but it's hard to commit because going to Summit, you know, obviously, number one, it's a financial commitment. Number two, it takes time and you're traveling. And if you're not into the business at, 110%, and you're not sure you want to work it or not, it's hard to commit to something that you're really not familiar with. So I'm going to tell you this. If you've never been to Summit before, I want you to go with us next year because Summit is Summit is absolutely incredible. Honestly, the first 3 years of coaching, I never went to Summit. I didn't see the value in it. And I think that's what I really want to get across tonight is the value that is in going to an annual event. The amount of stuff you learn. This year they did it a little bit differently. So like in the past, what we would do is our teams would jump on and we would decide like what learning track we wanted to do. And I felt like it was very repetitive, because we tried to stick as a team. And, there were some trainings I wanted to go to that would not benefit a newer coach. It would more so overwhelm them. So this year what they did is they divided us up according to rank and where you were at in your business. So I know Shelly learned so much. I know the rest of the girls learned so much. Thank you. And we're ready to implement it, and we're ready to build our businesses. So, Shelly, what were your thoughts on Summit?
I really like the fact that I have a whole list of stuff that I'm going to use to help build my business forward. They gave so many tips, and I've already checked off 4 or 5 things off my list, but it really helped me, just my very first Summit. I can say it was the deciding factor of whether I was going to either go all in with this business or whether I was gonna, not do this anymore. Obviously I had so much fun that I continued, coaching, but the learning experience, just the workouts with the super trainers, everything was just freaking awesome. I think my second favorite thing is the team. Getting to know your teammates, the people that you are on team calls with once every week. You really connect, at a whole nother level. And when you're watching their stories on Instagram every single day, you feel like you already know them, but you create that closer connection with them. And they're not, and they're really good friends to be around with. They're successful women who inspire you to, do better life and business. So that's probably my second favorite part about Summit.
I think you nailed it. It's fun just to see your team, you guys. And, like Shelly said, Summit is really your deciding factor. To be honest with you, when I went, my first time was in Nashville. My hands were shaking as I was booking my flight, you guys, because I'm like, okay, I'm going all in and I'm just going to do it.
I wanted that.
And to be honest with you,
No!
stop. If I wouldn't have gone to Summit, I honestly don't think I'd still be coaching, because the Summit was exactly what I needed to push myself. Because you can see the potential, and until you're in that stadium filled with thousands of coaches listening to their success stories and how, you know, they're talking about, hey, last year I was in the very, very back row of the stadium, and this year, guess where I'm at? I'm up front talking about how my team is one of the top 200 teams. Like, Summit is just life-changing. And I'm not going to go over everything that they announced, you know, as far as like products and programs, because I posted a little link for that earlier today. But I more so wanted just for you guys to get what it was like to have a community, and to have our team come as one and just learning together, and just like the momentum to be there next year, even as a bigger team. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little disappointed that it's back in New Orleans, only because I've already been there once. But it's going to be so amazing, you guys. And I want our entire team there. Like, I want 20, 30 of us there together as one. And, you know, even if you're on the fence as to whether or not, like, hey, I want to work this business, maybe you still want to be a hobby. I would say I was more so like discount hobby coach when I went to my first Summit. I mean, Blake was 6 weeks, you guys, and I left him and flew across country to go to my first Summit. I'm bawling. I'm hauling milk with me. I don't know what I'm doing. I felt like I was like, had my feet in too far. And to be honest with you, it was life-changing. So I just am strongly encouraging you, if you are just on the fence of whether or not, like, I don't know if I want to do this. I don't know if, you know, this is for me. You know, maybe you're at a point in your business where maybe you feel like you're stuck. And that's where I felt like I was for the longest time. And I still have those days, but Summit's going to push you. Anyway, so I wanted Bill to join me tonight because, number one, it's important to have your spouse on the same page as you. And to be honest with you, I don't think Bill really got the whole business aspect of it until I started talking about my goals. And I started talking about, you know, my customers or my challengers that were getting results, and showing him, you know, their pictures. And I would, you know, I show him like what's going on in our challenge tracker app. And I have that support. You know, I have that support from the backside of coaching. You know, with him, like, yes, he does P90X, and he does, I don't know, what is it, Body Piece, but he mutes Siggy because Siggy drives him nuts. He drives me nuts too. But to be honest with you, I don't really think he's always supported the business from day one. But until I got him involved with, okay, this is what I'm talking about on my team call tonight, and this is what so-and-so said, and this is where we're going, that's when he started getting on board with, like, okay, this Beachbody is a legit thing. You know, you can go places, and you can go places as a husband and a wife. You can go places as a couple, boyfriend, you know, fiance, but more so a family, you guys. And Beachbody has made such an impact on our life, like, it's ridiculous. So, and I know we have a lot of coaches that tell me, you know, maybe their spouse doesn't fully get it. And I think, you know, I wrote a couple of things down tonight that I wanted him just to kind of talk about with us. But number one would be like, what did you feel, or what did you think about your first Summit?
Oh, it was awesome. I mean, it was just informal, and the success stories was worth a lot, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And like, what kind of advice would you give for like these girls? Like, most of them, like Jess has been to Summit before, but like for Sarah and Lindsay and.
Well, first, it's a great time.
Hot yoga, guys.
Just fantastic. Spouses, I do need some men. That'd be great. There's a lot of women, so it'd be nice to bring some guys in. That'd be great, because all we talked about is rompers. So we did. So I was a little tired of that. So, but no, other than that, it was great. The success stories were awesome. It's just the one thing I like about it is like, if you are, like she said, if you are worried about the business aspect of it, just work on you first, and then the coaching will just come along. I mean, that's basically what I get out of it, more or less. So.
Yeah, so like the last night we went out for supper, like our little tribe, and I went around the circle, and I asked everyone. I asked Shelly and Kari and Michelle, like, a year from now, like, where do you see yourself? And they all have really, really big goals. And I want you guys to make it a goal to be there with us next year, and bring your spouse, have them see like what it's like to be in this community, because Beachbody is not just another MLM. It's not just a network marketing business, where you see like, like Advocare and It Works, you see them, all they do at their trainings is they post stats. Yes, you see success stories, but you don't see the impact and the community. And I think that is really what sets us apart. Beachbody is just this revolving community of people that are helping, and everywhere you turn, it's not just us women as coaches. They always have, the spouses right by their side, supporting their business and, being a part of the team, and, just making the experience something even bigger. Like, I can sit here and talk about how it's changed our family. But for Bill to, yes, he has his own people he talks about and works out with, Coach William Kari's not on yet. It was a joke in the car, you guys, because Kari is underneath Bill, and she's like, Prince William, what kind of shirts are we going to have next year?
Well, they're going to be fantastic this year. That's all I'm going to say.
But it was, I can sit here and say this is the financial impact it's had on our family. I can sit here and say that, we work out together, and that our relationship and our marriage is definitely stronger because we do that type of stuff together. But to have him there, seeing it firsthand, honestly, was so life-changing. Like I said, I always keep that open communication. I have a lot of girls that say, I don't have my spouse on board yet, and they don't firmly believe in this business yet. Sitting down and saying, hey, babe, this is Success Club. I have to go out and I need to find 3 women this month. 3 women. What about like your classmates? He had more girlfriends than he did guy friends, people. Anyways, when I first started, I went through his friends list and I asked him like, hey, who do you still talk to? Guess what? I striked up a conversation with those women and I built relationships with them. And I started talking to him about, okay, I got so-and-so in my challenge group, and these are the results she's getting, and I got 2 Success Club points. And you know what? At the end of the day, Success Club points doesn't mean crap, right? But it was just nice for, I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh my gosh, I need 2 more Success Club points, and I'm complaining and, trying to work hard at it. And he's like, what the heck is Success Club anyways? So just having that open line of communication, before I do calls, I always run through my outline about this is what we're going to talk about. And honestly, he's really good at giving me some constructive criticism. Like I have a video that I'm going to post in my challenge group tonight, and I had him listen to it before we jumped on. And just having someone from the outside looking in, because you and we're constantly pouring our time into coaching, and we get it because we've gone through the trainings. But having your spouse with you, they don't fully get it until you start incorporating them with what you're doing from the fitness side to the nutrition side, to the business side. Doing like new coaches. Every time I get a new coach, I tell them about the coach, like where they're from, what they do. So he always knows like what is going on within our team culture. But when we were talking about goals and stuff, and we were kind of talking in the car ride home, I think the biggest thing is like Bill nailed it. Like, you have to do you first. You have to work on yourself first. Like if you're struggling at the coaching aspect and you're not sure if you want to go all in, if you do you first, the coaching aspect is going to follow. If you have any self-doubt, if you are not sure that this is for you, just simply do you. Find a different personal development book. And I know we sit here and we talk about personal development, and I feel like sometimes we're like beating it like a dead horse. But if you're not doing you first, the business side isn't going to grow. I was talking with the girls in the car when we were driving back from Saturday in between trainings, and I was talking about, hang on, I'm smacking my gum. I was talking about, like since I've had Mila, like I have struggled with the business aspect, you guys, because it's a lot to take in. It's a lot it was easy for me when I had Blake, during nap time, that was my power hour. I got my workout in and I got my power hour in. Mila does not sleep. She doesn't nap. She doesn't sleep, nothing. And it got to the point where like, I just quit doing me. And when I quit doing myself, my business went stagnant. And, team calls got really stressful there, like month 5 and 6 after having her, because I felt like when I'm working 12-hour shifts and I get home and I need to jump on a call, and it's like I literally just walked in the door. Now I needed to do a team call. Then it's bedtime and I got to be up in 4 hours. And I wasn't taking care of myself. Up until like the last 6 weeks, I started putting myself first again. And with that came the business aspect. With that came me wanting to plug into my challenge group, me wanting to talk to my coaches, me wanting to be a part of Beachbody. I mean, there have been moments in the last how many months where I'm like, no, I can't do this anymore. Like, I feel like I'm carrying the entire weight because I don't ask for help. Like, I never ask for help. And that's a big no-no in this type of business. If you have kids or you have a busy schedule, it's okay. It's okay to ask your spouse for help. It's okay to ask another coach to lead a team call. And that's something I struggle with because I want to be that leader. And, I just want you guys to remember just to simply do you have your spouse with you, communicate with one another and involve them. There's super weekend coming up, which I can't go to, but if you can get to your local super weekend, it's not just super Saturday, it's the 26th and whatever, it's that Friday, Saturday, Sunday. If you can get to one, I highly encourage you, and bring your spouse or your significant other with you so they can see, what it's like. This next Super Saturday, this big super weekend, it's going to be like an open house ordeal, and you don't have to be a coach to go. They have workouts, and the momentum post-summit is still going to be like on fire. I wouldn't be surprised if they talk about more products or new programs. You can go if you want. Anyways,
run away. Let's run.
So if you're on the edge of, I just don't know what else I want to do with coaching. I'm not sure where I'm going with coaching. I strongly encourage you guys to take this time to sit down and to reflect. Look back at, okay, we're in July heading into August. So, what were my goals in January and where am I at? Have I reached my goals? Am I letting fear of failure and judgment and family and friends get in my way? Like, am I posting enough on social media? But am I also inviting? And I think that has been a huge downfall for a lot of us is you see that we're present on social media and we're talking about Beachbody. What's up, honey? Hi. Your bee?
Oh, you're here,
anyways, but we're not actually truly getting out there and inviting and talking. And, in the last couple of calls, I talked about how I try not to make my account and I try not to make my Insta stories solely about fitness because that annoys people. They're going to unfollow you. So having 80% lifestyle and 20% coaching. Like Sarah does a really good job about showing, the hairstyles that she's doing and the bridal parties that she has. So just thinking to yourself, okay, like what are 5 things? If I can describe myself, and Shelly likes this, I'm gonna have Shelly share hers. We learned this at Summit. Think of 5 things. We've always talked about having these big lists of like 20 to 30 niches or whatever that word is that remind you of yourself, but really digging down on 5 things. And remember that those 5 things, you guys, can change. When you get into a different season of life, something may not represent you anymore. Like for me, it's being a nurse, it's being a farm wife, it's being a mom. What else did I put? Oh, wine. And there's one other thing. Oh, boating. Those are the things that represent me and like what I like to do. I love to take my board out and do stand-up paddling. So just I want you guys to think of what are 5 things that represent me, that have nothing to do with fitness, that have nothing to do with Beachbody coaching. you need to go out there and set yourself apart. You know, when you're out there networking and talking to other women, don't talk to someone who is into Beachbody or has had Beachbody products in the past. Like, you can't really build a strong bond with them because you can't relate to them on different levels. Shelly, you should share yours. I'll unmute you. Can you unmute yourself? Will it let you?
There. Okay, so I was laughing because I just got off a team call with Sammy and we were chatting about these 5 things. Do you girls know your 5 things? Like, that? Do you guys have 5 things off the top of your head that you can think of? I'm just curious to how many people actually have these, because I didn't, and before doing this training. Does anybody? No?
Yes. You got 5 things?
I probably, maybe. Yeah, probably. Mine would be, so it's 5 things outside of fitness. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. So, camping, anything sports, Duke basketball, now that's hard.
Yeah. See? It gets you thinking to really narrow it down to 5. It's like, huh.
Yeah. So mine are, I am a tequila drinking, pizza obsessed, well, pizza and Chick-fil-A obsessed, wife, dog mom. I love the color pink, and I love my curls, which I added that one. I think I need to share more about, curly hair and my tutorials. Those are 5 things that I can think of that I do not share enough about on social media. I feel like I share a lot about health and fitness, and my biggest takeaway is I need to be more relatable on social media, because nobody really even cares that I can do, 10 push-ups. They don't care. But they really do care how I fixed my hair today, because, so that's my biggest takeaway.
From Summit.
What's that?
I looked at your hair in every photo from Summit because I'm a hair person.
Oh,
her curls are beautiful.
See, like, that stuff is relatable.
Yeah.
Like, you don't care that you just watch my workout clip or I'm working on booty gains. I'm never working on booty gains.
I always know.
Yeah. Booty gains.
Yeah.
But yeah,
so, I don't know.
Outside the box as to like what can be relatable, and like you guys doing like polls and questionnaires to get people to converse and interact with you, and then you take that information and you message that person. But don't do like I did yesterday, did a whole poll and forgot to screenshot my results. I lost it all because I had to work today. Work is overrated. But like Kari, like we were talking about hers, and for her, like, she's a special ed teacher, you guys. Like, she has a really special group that, like, her and I were talking, you can do like different, like, talk about like your plans for school on social media, because that is stuff that people can relate to. And once you build that relationship and you build that friendship and become a friend with you, that's when you can go back and be like, hey girl, we were just talking about those plans last week, but I got to thinking of you. I'm doing this free group or whatever group. Have you ever thought about joining a fitness group before? God, I look like Autumn Calabrese up here, you guys. I need a pump.
Are you cold?
No, I'm not. I just really need to pump.
Anyway, and another thing too with my teaching that I've been doing is like an outfit of the day or whatever. I do that hashtag. I think it's like OOTD or something like that. And I've started like a whole highlight reel of my outfits and stuff. So that's a different way. Whenever I post that, some people will be like, oh my God, where'd you get that dress? Or I love your whatever. So that's just something else too.
That's a good idea. Like, I don't know if you guys follow like any of these like fashion bloggers. Like, okay, if you don't follow Jennifer Reed, it's I can't remember what her thing is. Jennifer Reed, she's from Texas. Anyways, she's like absolutely incredible. She is hilarious, you guys. And I get a lot of like, I gotta find her. it's called like Sister Studio. Anyways, I get a lot, the Sister Studio IG. And she does like outfits like off of Amazon. And like what I've been doing is like any outfits that I get like that I got like inspired from her, I will tag her in it. And you cannot believe the amount of feedback that I get like in my comments or my inbox. That creates traction. And that's what you guys are really trying to hone in on and dig in, is building that traction. And I know we're getting way off subject, like we started talking about Summit in the beginning. But that's just, something to get your guys' page growing and have it be organic. They really talked this weekend about like, don't pay for followers and don't pay for likes. Like that does not build an organic following. You may get 300 likes, but not a one of them is going to buy a challenge pack, and not a one of them is going to be in your fitness group, and not a one of them is ever going to be on your team. So just really being creative and making sure that you're sharing 80%, home and whatever it may be, and then the 20% is fitness. That doesn't mean that every picture that you guys are posting is about, hey, got my workouts in, drink my shake. Maybe in the morning, share your routine. What do you do? Okay, when I get up in the morning, the first thing I do, if I get up on time, is check my challenge tracker app. I drink my pre-workout and I work out. Yes, documenting that stuff, but maybe showing, this is a new makeup I got. Like I tried that new mascara. So I got really good traction a couple weeks ago on the new mascara line of foundation I was using. And I've been talking to a couple girls still to this day. There was another girl that commented on a pair of leggings that I was wearing. Her and I are still talking. So it doesn't have to be about going out and networking in regards to, hey, join this, hey, try this, because you're just turning into a sales tactic. And what I'm going to tell you is you're going to get burnt out. You're going to hate the business aspect of coaching. And I don't want you guys to hate it. I want you guys to love it and to thrive off of it. And I want you guys to want to grow. I want you guys to want to do more with it. Because I believe that every single person on our team here, every single one of you has potential. Every single one of you can be diamond. And at Summit, they were talking about how diamond seems so far away and it seems so hard. But at the end of the day, it's not. And you guys are probably thinking, yeah, it is. I've been trying to get to diamond. It took me forever to get to diamond. But if you think about it, if you genuinely are building relationships and you have girls in your challenge group or in your coaches group, whatever it may be, and you genuinely are checking in and getting them results, they have no reason to not sign up as a coach, But it all comes down to building that authentic relationship. I'm going to catch up with the chat for a second. Let's see what everybody's talking about. Darby, you and your craft beer. God, what was that place we went to, you guys, on Saturday? With that tap room? The tap room or something? So good. So good, so good.
Is that Coach William?
That's Coach Oh, Corey's on. Get over here.
Come on. Fire us up, buddy. Fire us up.
Curry, I messaged you.
Yeah, I know. On Instagram.
I've already started sketching on our new T-shirts. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay. I'm doing wardrobe colors. That's me. That's all me.
I can't wait.
The crop tops with the actual corn cob crop.
Yeah. Trying to work on the guns.
Yes. Awesome.
Coach William. I forgot. Anyways.
Shelly, did you message me on Instagram?
I did. I said, where the F are you? Your coach just leveled up on our team call.
Sarah, what's funny is I told Bill, I'm like, I think Sarah and Troy might come. Hit up the streets of
I'm game.
New Orleans.
I'm game. All day. All day.
Anyways, Kari, in the beginning we talked about like having your spouse on board. I recorded it and whatnot.
Perfect.
A huge beer. Oh, that huge beer you had?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we go out for supper and the guy's like, how big of a beer do you want? Bill goes, oh, the big one. And in the back of my head, I'm thinking, it better not be like Das Boot or something. And out comes this trumpet looking thing.
So which way is winning?
Which A or B, Kari?
Here, I took a screenshot. It was 56% A and 44% B.
It was like this.
So A was like the
Well, you just gotta get after it.
yeah.
It totally makes sense.
Yeah.
I agree.
That's hilarious.
What else was I going to talk about? Really, that was it, you guys. I just wanted to talk about like having your spouse on board and just having that open communication because like Success Club and volume and all that, it's foreign to them. Breaking down your paycheck and saying, hey, like this is what I made off of, straight commission this week, but this is what my team also helped make. Because you guys, I want us all there next year. I want to have a huge team. Like I want us hitting big numbers, being a multi-star team. Like there's just so much potential. So anyways, you guys got any questions or anything? Any input, feedback? Who's going to Summit next year? That's the next question. Woohoo! Yay. Oh, Jess, by the way, Bill kept talking about, he's like, who's that badass girl that's just ripped? It's you. He's always referring to. Darby, hotel ideas. So they did send out an email saying that they were going to have a list of hotels. I haven't looked into all of it. I will tell you, when we stayed down on Bourbon Street. It was sketch, only because I think it was under construction. I need to look at the list of where Beachbody has hotels. This hotel we stayed at was one of them. But I also need to see where everything is hosted because they said that they're changing the logistics of everything. Because real briefly, I'll tell you guys like what it was like the first time we went. So we always have a general session and then you have like your trainings and you have opening and closing ceremony. So for part of the day, we were at Mercedes-Benz. And then for the other part of the day, we were back at the convention center and everything was like, no joke, probably, I don't know, 15 miles apart. So you got on a bus and you were just shuttled around all day long. And Beachbody did not get very good feedback. Like, the coach that went with me, her and I had said, like, if we're coming back here, like, we're not coming back next year because it was just so chaotic. It was just a mess. But they did promise us that they're going to give New Orleans another chance and that they're changing the logistics and location. So I need to look and see, like, if they have said exactly where everything is at. But from what everyone has made it sound like in this other leadership page I'm in, is that the hotels will be very, very close to where everything is located. So once I find out more and like find a room and stuff, I'll post in our team page so that we can all be like in the same vicinity and hopefully the same hotel. So yeah, anyways, so if you guys have spouses and they're not listening in the back, please have them watch this with you just so they're there and they can support you at 110% because I get it. You know, it's no different than like when our spouses are like, Bill's talking at cattle shows. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. And then I show no interest and I'm like, peace out. You know, so keeping them just informed as to like what's going on with your business, you know, maybe sitting down and saying, okay, we just got off this team call. This is what I want to do by next year. I want to go to Summit. I want to do this. You know, I want to hit Diamond Rank because every single one of you on this call can hit Diamond Rank. You can hit it by Christmas, you know, but I want you guys to just sit down with your spouse and just tell them what you're wanting. Maybe it's even from your physical transformations or mental transformations. Like, hey, I need to work on like self-confidence, and maybe your husband or your spouse, you guys can listen to like Rachel Hollis's podcast because she was like bomb diggity at Summit. You guys, that chick rocked the stadium. Like, she was amazing, and she has a really good podcast for you and your spouse. So anyways, I will wrap it up. I posted a link earlier with, you know, all the announcements from Summit. And then I also posted like a power hour deal. And then I have had a couple of questions about the pictures I posted in my Insta stories today for a morning meltdown. So I can post those pictures up if you guys want them. I got them from a leadership page. But anyways, thanks for popping on.
Did you talk about the promo codes?
No.
Okay.
Did you all get emails on the promo codes? If you're active status, you should have gotten emails on the promo codes. And I have a thing actually ready to post in our team page. that talks about what the promo code is. So you should get 3 promo codes good until July 31st for those people to order challenge packs. So I have a little thing that like Josh Spencer had posted that I was going to post on our team page here. And it's got like a Q&A on all of the promo codes. The promo codes, you guys, they're big. Like I've been talking about them today and people are eating them up. They're $10 off promo codes. You get 3 of them. And it is a great way to drive your business here the last couple weeks of the month. That was a whole nother thing. A training that I sat in on talked about hitting Success Club in your first 2 weeks. But anyways, you guys can use these promo codes as a driving factor to still hit Success Club, for the month of July, especially with coming off of Summit, the momentum, you guys, I feel like just in our entire community and our team is like sky high. So now is the time to start talking about, hey, at the end of the month, we start this new Morning Meltdown 100. And I honestly feel like this has been the first program in a long time that everybody is on board with. Like Kari and I talked about, like we liked Transform 20 and it was nice, but I did a round and a half and I was like, I can't be jumping around on this stepper this entire time. And I got bored. But it also didn't feel the way I feel about Morning Meltdown 100. Like I'm excited and I feel like it's going to be a big program, just like the 21 Day Fix and all of those well-known programs. So anyways, okay. Yeah.
Are those promo codes good for even like the sale right now? The Morning Meltdown is on sale for like $20 off or something. Can you get that on top of that?
I don't remember.
Or not?
That's a good question. I think they can still use it. Do you girls remember?
I feel like it's in my email, but I just didn't know if you knew it offhand.
Honestly, I never even thought. Let me look at that Q&A thing real quick and see what it says, and I'll post it up after this call. I can't remember if we can use it on top of that or not.
I think you can. I read that Q&A thing, and I'm pretty sure you can combine them.
So technically, they get $30 off.
Mm-hmm.
Huge.
That's what I think you can use them too.
You guys are distracting me.
I know. We're having fun.
I'll post that up here in our page because that's a good. I never even thought of that. But yeah, I'll post that little Q&A thing that I copied over from Josh Spencer's page, and I'll post it up in here. But honestly, you guys, like the collagen thing, the packaging, Shelly is all about the packaging for the collagen. Collagen is another thing that I've really been talking about today. Actually, when we get off, I have a post already to go. I'm going to do like a little giveaway for, liking and sharing and commenting on the photo. And that, you guys, is going to help drive traction as well to your page. So if you guys wanted to do a giveaway, like, a couple like beach bars, like put a little goodie thing together and, do a little giveaway where Darby says, yes, $30 off total. Thanks, Darb. Doing a giveaway to gain traction like that is huge. So talking about, hey, like this photo, comment, and make sure you follow my account, and then you get thrown in for a drawing. So that's another awesome way to gain traction, to get people to start, kind of talking to you, and then those people you can go ahead and you can reach out to. So yeah, anyways, anything else, you guys? Okay. All right. Well, have a good night. I recorded this, so I will post it up in my page or in our page here once it uploads. So yeah, have a good night, you guys. Thanks for joining. Bye.